Sorry, I'm having trouble start sharing my screen.
Before she fiddles with the sharing, guys, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. And my name is Sveta Silverman. Um, Today is an incredible presentation in many, many ways. First of all, I would like to say thank you to Maria Brown, who is in Toronto, Ontario, and it's basically her first big presentation. It's extremely exciting. And then we are absolutely blessed to have Dr. Melody Rodarty, who is not only one of my friends, she's one of my heroes. And if I need an advice in medicine, Melody is my to-go girl, and she is indeed on reelected on scientific advisory board, which is, I believe, an incredible honor and recognition. So thank you and welcome. And Maria, did you manage to share?
Yep, give me one
Okay, let's
second.
go. Let's go, girl.
So now you should be able to see. Is it good now, guys? You can see my screen, right?
Absolutely.
Perfect. Thank you, Sveta. Okay, yes, thank you. Thank you for joining us today. And I'm having actually two screens, so I will be peeking on the second one, my large one. So I'm Maria. Yes, I'm a new consultant, joined LifeVantage a year ago as a customer, and then started my wellness journey. I'll tell you a little bit more about my story, but I'm very thrilled. I'm delighted to welcome Dr. Sveta, Dr. Melody, and all of you guys who've been obviously very successful, and I'm open to all the tricks and tips. So what I wanted to talk today about is basically welcome our guests, of course. Cellular activation versus supplementation, and talk to see what's the perspective, to hear perspective from Dr. Silverman and Dr. Rodert. And what is oxidative stress, and learn about LifeVantage and the company itself and technology. So I don't know if I should introduce Dr. Sveta. You all know that she's an absolutely amazing human being, a senior breast cancer pathologist, American board certified in anti-aging and regenerative medicine. Dr. Melody, I've heard some beautiful stories about you. Thank you for finding your time in the busy schedule. I know you probably have a meeting after and next week. And Dr. Melody was named one of the Phoenix top doctors in obesity medicine for the past 7 years. Thank you. So, as I mentioned, I want to talk about supplementation and cellular activation. I would also welcome, guys, if you feel comfortable, share your experience, how you address as a consultant these questions when sometimes the people I speak to, they say, oh, I'm taking supplements. I don't know what cellular activation is. So I probably pass the floor to Dr. Melody, Dr. Sveta. What are your thoughts on these two different processes?
Well, thank you so, so much, Maria. Obviously, let's say Melody and I, we basically work on a pattern of synergy, exactly like LifeVantage works in a pattern of synergy. Why? Because Dr. Adarte is a clinician. She sees patients. I am doctor in the lab. I see the slides and I dig into the cellular mechanisms. So it is more to it. So when Melanie prescribes medicine or when she treats her patients, it's important to base this, whatever she does with her patients, on a virtue of cellular mechanisms. How do the cells operate? And that is why, per se, both of us, one is a multiple times board certified, like Dr. Melody Rodarte, and I am a few times board certified in different things. We are doing this type of a business, or we're involved in this type of a company. Why is that happening? So, Melody, like, per se, you probably do a lot of cellular supplementation. So please tell us, what is actually supplementation?
So, first of all, thank you for having me on tonight. I'm excited. I love education. That's why I love doing things with Dr. Sveta because she's all about education too. And it's true. I learned very early that I wanted to know what the cell was doing. And I would go and I'd sit with the pathologist or with the surgeon. So Dr. Silverman is amazing, and she has so many different certifications that I and we have incredible discussions. So supplementation, what we know is replacing things that are mostly void of. Our nutrition is not great right now if you think about things in our soil, in our water, in our food supply. So a lot of times we're needing supplementation because what we're doing is we're providing the body with the nutrition that it needs that it's not really getting from natural sources. And then some people, because of disease states that they have, they are lacking that. They need it in a more, let's take someone who has a methylation issue. They're going to need it in a different form so that they can absorb, they can take it upon themselves to use it correctly. So supplementation is replacing something that's not there. Activation is really turning on and enhancing the body's system to function. And that's the neat part of it. So you can't really say you want one without the other. There's that synergy, like Dr. Sveta was talking about. There's a synergy between supplementation and activation. But where LifeVantage is really key at and what they want to be known for is the activation company. What are pathways in each of our cells that we can turn on, that we can activate? And even in some respects, for those of you who are really sciencey, what can we down regulate too? Because we want to have a yin and a yang. We want to have, there to be a balance. So it's not always about just up regulating. It's also about down regulating and letting there be homeostasis. So I think that might be a term that some people are starting to realize is important, is homeostasis.
Thank you so, so much, Dr. Rodakli. I'm just going to jump in a little bit. So basically, let's say there are a couple of things that Dr. Rodakli just mentioned. So she said supplementation, right? So let me guys give you an example of what we supplement. So let's say we supplement with vitamin D, or we supplement with vitamin C, or we supplement with vitamin E, or something. You got the idea. Now, so then Dr. Adardi mentioned something we need to, then we go, let's say, she mentioned the term methylation. And some of you are not familiar with methylation. So what does methylation do? So methylation will already kind of falls in the category of activation, or basically maintaining the cellular activation. So that's exactly one of the credos of LifeVantage, because LifeVantage brings you the notion of epigenetic control. And you can look at epigenetics sort of before the gene activation. So methylation is actually either activation of the genes or actually turning the genes down, because there are two notions. There is a hypermethylation, which kind of turns the genes down, and hypomethylation, sorry, a little bit medicinal. So this gives you the idea that it has to be regulated. But when it has to be regulated, as I mentioned, it's epigenetic. But when we talk about epigenetic, we start talking about cellular activation. So basically, you can look at cellular activation as a rebooting. We're rebooting your cells, we're rebooting the mechanism, or we are balancing. Now, the balance also comes between the balance of supplementation and activation. Unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, you cannot have one without another. So, Maria, I think we're probably going to go into something else to get deeper into concept of LifeVantage. Am I correct?
Yeah, I just have a few questions to both of you. So, would it be right to say if our cells are not functioning efficiently and lack sufficient support, it can lead to imbalance between healthy cells and cause free radical or radicals? And eventually it will cause the oxidative stress. Is that would be right to say, Sveta?
Yes, that will be exactly right to say. Is going to be right to say, Dr. Radarte?
I think so. I mean, because oxidative stress comes from free radical damage, and that then leads to cellular malfunction. So what we're trying to do is reduce, to turn that backwards and start to reduce free radical release as well as then reduce oxidative stress. Yes, and I think that's your next slide is kind of great here. So as we age, we're going to release more free radicals. The more free radicals we have, it's kind of hand in hand. It's almost like you're talking about both. Oxidative stress is the release of more free radicals, and those you want to turn that down because otherwise you're starting to have malfunctioning of the cell.
Awesome. Thank you, Dr. Melody. Sveta, you wanted to say something?
Well, in a sense, guys, you obviously know what free radicals are. So it's kind of, it's the we can call them nanoparticles. So in a sense, as a cell doctor, I can call oxidative stress, it's basically cellular garbage. It's a cellular garbage in a way of biophysics. It's not like, like a garbage like we have at home, but these are the accumulation, what we do in life, that is going to be the accumulate in cells, it's going to accumulate in this nanoparticles. And what happened with these free radicals, with these nanoparticles, they're very volatile. They're very volatile and they're angry. So why they're so dangerous? Because they're hitting different parts of the cell. So some of them are going to hit the cell envelope, and some of the hit are going to hit, some of them are going to hit the genes, and some of them are going to hit different components of the cell. And it's interesting part of the oxidative stress per se that there are two parts of it, and that's where we're going to link to NRF2 and the significance of NRF2. And we know that, and the flagship product of LifeVantage, the foundation of LifeVantage. Sacha, can you please, somebody needs to mute yourself. Guys, somebody mute yourself, please.
Your dad's birthday.
Please give me 1 second. I will figure out who I need to mute.
I can mute it, Sveta. You can continue.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. So there are two parts to this free radical damage. So there is a free radical damage from the outside world that we get from the different kinds of environmental stress, family stress, financial stress, emotional stress, you name it, the garbage that we put in our body. And then there is a second part of oxidative stress that we build. This is called internal oxidative stress. And as I mentioned before, the foundation of LifeVantage, the flagship of LifeVantage, has been and always will be NRF2 protandem. And we're talking about NRF2. NRF2, that is the master regulator of cellular health. But what it does, it takes care of cleaning the oxidative stress from the outside. That's the one of the main functions of this NRF2. And what is so how, in a sense, how are we going to clean the oxidative stress from inside? In a sense, we're going to rely on something, again, that LifeVantage brings us another product. It brings us NRF1 protandem. We're going to take care of mitochondria. However, guys, you need to realize one thing, that cleaning outside from the cleaning inside doesn't go apart. Again, it's a synergy upon synergy upon synergy. And this is the foundation of LifeVantage. The products that we propagate, we teach, we sort of, this is the essence of the business. We try to educate our clients, and we educate every one of us. It's a synergy. So that's what it is. And I'm so sorry if I'm long-winded. Maria, you go ahead.
No, it's all very, very, I mean, phenomenal what you know, Sveta, and I thank you, Dr. Melody, just to share your perspective, and Sveta, Dr. Sveta as well. So we talked about the pretandum, and we talked about the ingredients, and I put together, I'm sure you all know all of those, but what are the key essential ingredients in pretandum, in this little yellow pill, how powerful it is, and just we'll see ingredient, historic use, what are the benefits, and what are the active compounds. I mean, anything you want to add? Anything I missed here, Dr. Sveta and Melody?
Actually, I would like to ask Dr. Rodarte, Melody, why do you like the combo, and what strikes you about this? Because, guys, let me basically tell you, we're not exclusive. There are a whole bunch of NRF2 activators on the market. However, I am stuck with NRF2 protandem, and I'm pretty sure Dr. Rodarte is stuck with NRF2 protandem, again, because of the knowledge. So why us?
I think the importance here is what caught my eye, what caught your eye, is the studies that are available. And this is the combination here of the 5 herbal ingredients. What they've done, that what they've been able to do is take the right amounts and put them together, that there is yet to have another combination like this to show that it reduces oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days and up to 70% with continued use. So there is not another NRF2 activator on the market that has that study per se, as well as the other studies. And so I think that is, it's not I think, I know that is why this is what I love about this flagship product, and I will continue. I love to tell my patients, if there's one thing I can hold on to till the day that I die, it'll be this product. I will take this until that day. And it's just an incredible, and think about, is there a recipe that you have that you are like, no one else can make it like you or your mom or your aunt? Like, there's this one person from my grade school, like her mom made the best Texas sheet cake. I have changed the pan, I have the ingredients, I would go to the store and get the same ones that she did. It would never turn out the same. Well, LifeVantage has the recipe for Protandim NRF2. So as Dr. Sveta was saying, there are other NRF2s on the market, and I've even had people tell me, I take 3 or 4 of these and I'm not having the same results. It's because this is why there are 11 international and US patents put together protecting this blend, is because they found the right part of the herb, the right dose, and they've baked a beautiful cake that is yet anyone else to match with this. So that's kind of just putting it a little bit in layman's terms for you.
That's amazing.
Hang on, and I really want to add something to it, because Dr. Radarte is actually a testimonial to this. Why? How many reps you probably have a day? That's a whole thing. She probably sees, in a sense, the best of the best in nutraceutical world and stuff. And she has, she can choose. And I'm sure they probably sweeten her, with all that stuff. And still, as I know, as she said, and I know what she does in her office to her patients, we stand by NRF2 Protandim in all its glory. And whatever Melody mentioned about the patents and stuff, but another thing, guys, you need to realize is the quality. Is the QA, the quality assurance. Oh, here we go, another bump in my window. So the quality, the QA that LifeVantage puts into the lots of ingredients, into the processing of ingredients, into concocting. There is so many steps to make sure that what's in the bottle is exactly what they claim, with the best possible stuff they put in that bottle.
I just want to add something. I like how you both say the same thing in a slightly different way, that basically it's a right amount of herb, right place or cut of the herb, and just baking a cake with the right amount of herb. So it's just absolutely amazing. So my next slide, we will talk about GLP, third-party validation. I know, Sveta, you wanted to highlight that. Um, that's basically that after from what I know after the ABC report about the oxidative stress, basically we got recognition from all these universities and institutions, and I'm sure you all know that, and we using that in the slides. Dr. Sveta, you want to add anything?
Well, this is great. My pride and joy, the studies that were done actually in Montreal and in Ontario, that just me. No, this is the validation again, guys. Where do the doctors go? Where do I go? Oh, now I go to AI. Sorry, now I go to ChatGPT, I go to AI. But from AI, I still go to PubMed or Medline or something like that. And that's what I get. And it's getting more and more. And I keep telling people, in a sense, quote unquote, I'm not interested in NRF2 anymore, because to me, this is like a statement. It's not a hypothesis. That's it. It's a law. You cannot live without NRF2 upregulation. It's an end of story. And this is, in a sense, a validation that has been done for me.
And it's only done for Protandim, right? Okay, so next, GLP-1. It's an important hormone in our body that plays a key role in regulating blood sugar level. Dr. Melody, the floor is yours. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Before Melody jumps on, guys, you can give Melody a round of applause. She's a part of the concocting or concoction of what you buy as an MB regiment. You can thank Melody for being one of the essential partners on that team.
So I thank you, Dr. Sveta, but I just got to be part of the whole, like how they were putting it all together. Not I our just let me just say this company R&D is amazing. They literally hunt down ingredients, how they're sourced, how they can put together. Like this is not just on a whim. So just know that, like that's where Dr. Sutter and I we have medical licenses to protect, and I'm not teaming up with a place that does skip lots or cuts corners. Our quality assurance is what has kept me here as well. So I love our quality assurance and how we source and put things together. Now, if you don't know the term GLP-1, you're probably living under a rock. They have definitely been just all over. You don't even have to be on social media to have heard about this. But what I love about this is if you go a couple slides back, you learned about supplementation and activation. A lot of times, supplementation is you're giving it. So, people who are doing the injections, they are getting a GLP-1 injected into them. The peptide is being injected. When you are doing our mind body system, you are activating your intestinal L cells to release GLP-1. Okay, that's the hugest difference I want you to understand is you are not ingesting a GLP-1, you are activating your body's own natural mechanism of releasing GLP-1. And the neat part about GLP-1 is all of our cells, and Dr. Sveta can talk about this, have receptors for GLP-1. So it is why you're starting to see that everybody, it's not just about weight loss. The true thing is, if you heard me say the term homeostasis, you need glucose homeostasis for everything in your body, for every organ system in your body. Glucose homeostasis is amazing. So it's not just weight loss. We want balance, but I will say majority of people will start to listen to you when you talk about GLP-1 because we want less food noise. We want to eat less. We don't want to be thinking about food. And we do ultimately want to have a less fatty body because what are we doing? We're reducing the insulin instability that is telling the liver to store things as fats. And I know that Dr. Sveta can even go and tell you what it looks like on the cellular level, but we were not made to have fat around our organs. It is, in the past, they used to think that it was not acting like an endocrine organ. I'm here to tell you it acts like an endocrine organ and it causes malfunctioning. So we want to reduce that. So this is, you'll see the MB core on here, and it's a certain amount of herbals, probiotics. What we're trying to do is increase, I love these pictures here. We're increasing GLP-1 from our L cells. And then the mainstay of the core, the enhance, which is the powder, is helping your microbiome. So a lot of us have an imbalance of our microbiome. It is necessary for digestion and absorption and for nutrients to be turned on and off. It keeps you from having a leaky gut and having things cross that barrier and get into your bloodstream and cause autoimmunity as well as foggy brain. And I mean, we could go on and on. So you can see in the bottom right hand corner of the slide, all of the major like organ systems. And as I mentioned, all of our cells have GLP-1 receptors on it. So we want to help to regulate our blood sugar. That's the biggest thing, have glucose homeostasis. And in turn, you are helping those organ systems here. So it's not just weight loss. GLP-1 is needed. And that's why we have that system naturally in our body. And we're trying to upregulate GLP-1 expression.
Thank you, Dr. Roder.
Oh, this is one of our studies. I think those of you who want to read through this or take a picture and look at it, I think it's wonderful. There is not another product on the market that's showing 140% increase in GLP-1 on average. Those that were in the study it was a 3-month long study, lost 9 pounds in 8 weeks and up to 25 pounds in 12 weeks. 100% who lost weight maintained their muscle mass, which is really key. And I'm going to just stop here for a minute. Because as a weight loss physician, there may be some of you right now on this webinar that are worried about being on the injectable, and I don't love demonization of it. They are beautiful medications when they are done correctly, and that's why I'm very protective of them. Are they an end all be all? No. Is this an end all be all? No. This is where you want to use a practitioner that knows what they're doing and can do this, because if you are losing weight correctly, you will not be losing a ton of muscle. You will lose some muscle with any type of weight loss after a certain point. Think about it. Our bones and our body do not need that amount of muscle to carry another 100 pounds when someone has lost 100 pounds. But the key part is not losing a lot of muscle and losing weight sustainably so that you are not regaining, you are putting things into practice to maintain your healthy weight loss. And so I'll get off my soapbox. I wanted to throw that out there. But the neat part about this study was there was up to 27% reduction in visceral fat. That's the fat that I was telling you about, that it will be around organs and actually acts as an endocrine system to cause inflammation. And this system, so it's the NRF2 and the mind body put together, that is a patent pending system. That is what our studies are on, is using the mind body system together with NRF2.
Thank you, Dr. Rodar. I actually started mind and body system 3-4 weeks ago, and I lost 3 pounds. Yes.
Congratulations. That's
Dr.
awesome.
Dr. Sweet, I was skeptical about this. Anything you want to add? Anything anyone want to add? We have a very good.
I do want to add something. First of all, thank you, Dr. Adaria. That is absolutely amazing, and you just hit it on the nail in every point of it. The beauty, awesome. Thank you, Maria, flashing the pictures and stuff. The beauty of that, it's that 3 parts regimen that it's like, everything fits to everything. We are with MB, we are upregulating microgut that is going to feed into our L cells. So L cells can produce this GLP-1. And the third part of the capsules is going to help those every cell of ours to open up and upregulate these receptors to start working on that insulin and a whole bunch of stuff. However, guys, let's say one of the most important things for me in MB is actually not a weight loss. It's brain. It's brain. It's how my brain is thinking. Again, when I start thinking of a synergy, and we'll go to the next slide, we'll start talking about Axio. But I love that MB because I know as a cell doctor, I just know what it does for the cells, and I am doing that brain. And in a sense, sorry guys, in my age I keep bringing it up, and the age of postmenopausal woman, brain is very fragile because we lose a lot of estrogen and stuff. So we really, really need to take care of our brain, and that proper GLP upregulation of that thing is extremely important. I also absolutely love the notion what Dr. Adartis said about synergy and combination of NRF2 and MB. To me, it's an absolutely must deal. It's an absolutely must deal. But I cannot agree more with a best 7 years best doctorate in bariatric medicine or obesity medicine, that what is the epidemics in United States of America? The epidemics of United States of America is in obesity and metabolic syndrome. And if we do not start taking care of the whole regimen of taking care of oxidative stress and GLP-1 upregulation or insulin resistance, we're not going to be winning the war.
And type 3 diabetes is actually, this is why, Dr. Sveta, you're so right. Type 3 diabetes is diabetes of the brain. So you have to control your blood sugar. It affects your brain and its function. And so this is key. This is why so many people will say their brain fog is better, their concentration is better. We talked about this. Glucose homeostasis makes a difference in the brain as well. So if you want to prevent Alzheimer's and type 3 dementia, this is control your blood sugar and your insulin resistance.
And
Amazing.
it's so correct about injectables per se. Again, absolutely great. I'm not bashing it. I will not bash it. But nobody wants to lose muscle. Again, especially for a postmenopausal woman who will automatically start losing muscles whether she likes it or not. So again, guys, it's the whole essence of LifeVantage when we teach the lifestyle. So whether you like it or not, you need to hit the gym.
That's so true. Thank you, Dr. Sveta and Dr. Melody. So these are again, more pictures before and after. And now moving on with actually one of my favorite stags, and that's how I started my wellness journey. I mentioned earlier that I started as a customer, but after a few conversations and, research and talking to Dr. Sveta, I started taking Protandim and collagen and this collagen, and I tried another collagen before, different kind of forms of collagen, the powder. I think it was pretty detrimental for my health, but this collagen with 10 types of collagens improve my skin, my nails. I know it's good for supporting your eye health, and it also helped me. I managed to get rid of plantar fasciitis. So I think it's one of the best combinations we have today. Any
Well, I know
comments
Dr.
on?
I know Dr. Sveta can talk about under a microscope what collagen does and looks like, because it's the scaffolding of what a cell looks like, right? So in my practice, a lot of people want to know what can I do for sagging skin and hair and nails, like you're mentioning, Maria. But people don't really, I love to take it down to that cellular level because you have to have the scaffolding in place. Think about a house, right? It's got to have a good roof. It's got to have good wiring and doors, everything that's kind of working. Otherwise, cells don't work well. So this again is an NRF2 with collagen, patent pending, putting it together because you want to reduce the oxidative stress of what causes collagen degradation or like not the design is not as beautiful, right? So I love this. This is why we get to see what happens on the outside, but think about what's happening on the inside.
Amazing. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your comments. And yes, this is before and after, and you see the kind of progress, what's happening in 14 days, 21 days, 30 days. You see significant improvement from before and after, pretty much within 30 days. It's amazing.
Guys, I just want to add one thing. This is, you see the pictures of the skin, but with the 10 types of collagen, those 10 types apply to different organs and different systems. So if this is happening in the skin, so exactly this is happening in your joints, in your bones, it's happening in your retina, it's happening in your blood vessels, it's happening in your gut lining. Exactly what this particular type of collagen applies to particular type of a system or particular type of organ. That's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. As I said, I managed to get rid of my plantar fasciitis, so which I've been having for a number of years. So next, Axo. That's again one of my favorite products, and I certainly tested and can attest that it does improve your cognitive ability, your memory, your focus. And I think you feel the difference probably after 2 weeks of taking Axio, plus it's absolutely delicious and coming in different flavors. I also, my youngest daughter had a concussion and she was suffering from very, very heavy and bad headaches. And I decided to give her the Axio, and after 3 days, her headaches have gone. So I was just, I mean, it was absolutely indescribable feeling. And this is, you see the two slides comparing before Protandim and Axio. I think it's a comparison of one of the boys, age 8, correct me if I'm wrong. That's his handwriting before and after. You see the difference and how after taking Protandim and Axio, the handwriting is neat and clear.
It's interesting, guys. I'm not going to get into your politics. However, on occasion I listen to the news and all this kerfuffle about autism and stuff. But when you start thinking about autistic kids and you start thinking about NRF2 activation and the microgut support, we're not treating mitigating disease. That's not all it is about. Everything is about functioning. Everything is about functioning, it's about health. But when you start thinking of autistic kids, it always comes to my mind, NRF2, microgut, I immediately think of Axia. I immediately think of Axia.
Thank you, Dr. Sveta. Thank you. Yes. It's a very, very powerful drink and very yummy. So we certainly don't have time, unfortunately, to talk all about all of those products and that are all very natural. And I'm still looking forward to try all of them. So, and now I'll just say a few words about the reactivation company. And we not just focusing on physical well-being, we can also help people activate and improve their financial health. So as soon as I start seeing the results, I shared this information with my friends, family, because I want them to be healthy and strive as long as they can. So we basically, I think it's a new, recently introduced Evolve plan, Evolve compensation plan that works for all type of consultants. And just company is, sorry, it's, there are different ways if you can start your collaboration with LifeVantage. You can just start as I started as a customer, but then I realized that I would love to share information about this product. You can also build and grow your team and have consultants under you generating revenue for you while you're asleep, or you can become a leader and lead the whole movement and continue growing with the help of this amazing company with groundbreaking technologies. So the company is, so I think, yes, it's very flexible, as I said. So you can start as a customer, as a build the team, and have multiple ways, multiple bonuses you can earn and be successful. And this is, we publicly traded company listed on NASDAQ. We started as a retail in 2003. I think 16 years ago, we were 3 million in revenue company, and today with 230 million company. And as I said, publicly traded on NASDAQ. So just to give you kind of an idea of the potential earnings. So it's basically depending which rank you're going to progress through. And the average monthly can range from $27 a month to 131 plus thousand a month. And this is very, very inspiring and exciting. So thank you for your time. Thank you very much, Dr. Sveta, Dr. Melody, and for such amazing presentation, such great input.
Thank you very much, Maria.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Melody. I know what kind of huge why Maria has and stuff. So it's so inspiring to build your team with the same visionaries and people who actually want to do it with basically lock arms with you. You don't need to lock arms with somebody who doesn't want to do it, but it's awesome when you find someone that you can lock up arms and start doing it together. So guys, thank you so much. Maria, massive, absolutely massive congratulations on getting us together. It was your initiative. Putting us together, it was your initiative. Getting up the slides and advertising it and doing everything. It's very easy to present. It's not easy to organize it and set it up. So my kudos go to you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much
Kudos.
to everyone. I'm going to stop recording and we may even open the floor to some questions.